This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hey everybody, it is the After Party live on this Monday. Thank you for your patience. Of course, the Mark Thompson show went a bit long, and we have two interviews that we're recording today. One of them, I think, I think both of them are going to be really good, but one of them is by suggestion. So on the Mark Thompson show discussion Facebook page set up so kindly by Wes, there was a thread about the guests that you'd like to see Mark Thompson interview. And someone said, hey, how about interviewing Politics Girl? Politics Girl is this woman, and her name is Lee McGowan, and she's created this brand on TikTok, and it's called Politics Girl. There's no space in between, so Politics Girl is all smashed together. But she does these political videos, and she's also written a new book. So we managed to get her, and we will be able to record with her today. So part of the delay was me making sure that Mark has all the information, making sure there's pictures and banners at the bottom of the screen, and forwarding everything to Tony. So everybody's all caught up and everything's done, but that was part of the delay. So thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the suggestions as well of who you would like to see interviewed on the show. If you haven't checked out the Mark Thompson Show discussion page on Facebook, it's fun, and it's another great way to interact with people that you can interact with here as well. So it is, the gathering photo. I love these pictures, make me so, so happy. I know we saw it on Mark Thompson's show, and see, I was trying to not say who everybody was specifically because I was trying to, I don't know, if you didn't want your likeness shared with the world. I mean, I know that your picture's on the screen, but no one knows who's who. So I thought that was a little better, but whatever. Now everyone knows who everyone is. So here is the picture. Let's see if I can share it with you. That's a great idea. I am just so tickled that you guys have made these great connections and feel this camaraderie for the shows, for former KGO, for, politics, for everything. And so what a great way to make new friends, to meet new people. I really do love it. So here is, go back to the picture section. Here is the photo from the Testarossa Winery meetup. And that happened, I think, on Saturday, and a group of people met up. So cool. Here it is. Look at everybody. How awesome is that? I love this picture. Love it. Had some wine, had some food, had some laughter, had some fun. So there's the core group there at Testarossa hanging out. I heard the conversation was pretty lively and pretty fun. What a great group. Thank you so much to Deidre and I think Sandy for organizing that. Yeah, really cool. Other suggestions. Adam Mockler and Luke Beasley. I think Adam Mockler would be good. I have to look up Luke. I think I saw him last night. But yeah, both of those are great suggestions. Thank you for that. I'll reach out and see what I can get together. Jennifer said, I missed the Mark Thompson show today, but maybe he could interview A Girl Has No President out in Tennessee. Good to note. I will write that down. I had not heard of that one, but I will check it out and see if it works for us. A Girl Has No President. Okay, I'll look at it. Thank you so much for the suggestions. And I suggest also going to the Facebook discussion page, Mark Thompson Show discussion page, and put your suggestions there as well, because I know Wes was compiling something about that. I'm sure that there will be another one of these get-togethers. As a matter of fact, there was discussion on the page, I heard, about maybe doing one out in Los Gatos at Tenuta Vineyards. So that is a possibility. Are you talking about my personal background? Let's look. I'll say goodbye to my friends here. Above my shoulder, above the KGO sign. Oh, no, that's something my son made in preschool. Let's just show you. They made this little shadow box and they took pictures of the kids in boats. So it's supposed to be Jacob as a toddler rowing in a little boat in front of the sea and the sun and the clouds. So that's he's sitting in a little plastic bin. So that's a little thing that he made him for me in preschool. I keep it right here. It's not Stephen Hawking though. That's kind of an interesting thing. Okay, let's go to some of the stories, or we will have no time for nothing. I will say that we usually do Hide in Your Cave Monday, and we're not going to have time for our caves today. So we'll just move past it, which is okay with Trevor Starr because he said it seems like we're getting way too into traveling on the show. So that's all right. We don't have to do it every Monday. Some Mondays it might be fun. But let's start with this story, which I thought was kind of sad, but understandable. So, you know, I part of going to the airport for me is people watching, the hellos, the goodbyes, all of these things. By the way, if anyone wants to compile any of these suggestions that are being made that I don't have time to write everything down, and email them to me, you can totally do that. That would be so appreciated because then I will be able to actually look at them and evaluate them and see if I can get some of these folks on the show. Thank you for that. If anyone wants to take on that mantle. Um, oh, Phineas, before we move into the story, Phineas says, I may be blessed. The granddaughter of my fur baby may have a litter of puppies in December, and I may adopt one if my heart is ready by then. You know what? I think what a lovely thing to still feel like you have a piece of that beloved creature with you. I hope your heart is ready. That's a wonderful opportunity. So good. So good. Congratulations. I'm so glad that chance exists. Testarossa was in Los Gatos. Tenuta is not. Tenuta is in Livermore. So if I said that wrong, I think the next meetup might be at Tenuta in Livermore. But I know that Testarossa was really convenient for our South Bay people. Okay, on to this story. And sorry if I said that wrong. This story is about the displays of affection at the airport. You haven't seen someone for a long time. They come down the escalator steps and into your embrace, or you're sending someone away that you love for a long time. You won't see them. You don't want to let them go. So there's hugging and there's, if it's a romantic relationship, a bit of canoodling and all of this. Well, people are going on and on and on and on to the point that in New Zealand, on the South Island at Dunedin Airport, they're done. They're done with these long-term displays of PDA, right? Personal affection. No, thank you. So they have a new policy. You can greet and say goodbye to your loved ones for 3 minutes. A 3-minute hug policy. After 3 minutes, move it along. You're out. A 3-minute long hug, that's enough. The whole greeting with the whole family, all of this should take 3 minutes max and then move it along. People are saying this is really inhumane. This is not nice. But it's a rule change that they instituted last month because they say they want to improve safety and keep traffic flowing in the airport zone. So they're putting up signs now informing people sending off their loved ones that you have a max hug time of 3 minutes. They say it's hard to say goodbye, so make it quick. 3 minutes max. That's what the sign says. It replaced previous signs, which reminded drivers that cars left unattended would risk being clamped down on and charged a fine. The airport CEO says, listen, airports are hotbeds of emotion. There is a study done that suggests a 20-second hug is long enough to release oxytocin, the love hormone, and that moving passengers along more quickly allows more people to get more hugs. So we're not anti-hug, we're just more hug. What they also said, the airport team has seen some interesting things go on over the years. One of the signs they have at the Dunedin airport says, fonder farewells should head to the car park where a free 15-minute visit is allowed. Oh, they say they're trying to have a bit of fun with the announcement, but it did cause a bit of a stir. It also got a bit of a conversation going. Some people call it inhumane. Others say this is the most nanny state thing I have ever seen. One of the airport officials said they wondered if they'd be employing people to time loving families so they can regulate when it's enough love. I'm sorry, the clock has hit 3 minutes. You guys have hit your hug time limit. You're out. Another person asked, isn't 3 minutes long enough to hug someone? Why y'all upset about this? There's this is not the biggest airport in the world. There's about 900,000 passengers that you have used this airport so far in 2024. More than a third of major UK airports raised their drop-off charges in the last year, apparently. I don't know. So here we have the new love policy at Dunedin Airport in New Zealand. And the drop-off zone hugs 3 minutes. Do you think that that's bad? Do you understand why they're doing it? Do you feel like they should be hands off the love policy? I don't know. No tongue at the airport, says Phineas. No, no, tongue, that goes to the car park. That's your 15-minute car park. A 1 minute hug is enough. Jesus, a 3 minute hug, my back would hurt. They don't like the long goodbyes, says Nolophidian. They do not. No. 3 minutes seems like a pretty long hug. What if you have to hug what if I'm leaving? All right. I'm going away to Mark Thompson show land in Los Angeles for however long. I got to hug my husband. I got to hug my daughter. I got to hug my son. I won't see them for a while. That takes longer than 3 minutes. I don't know. Good luck policing people regarding PDA, says Karen. Too many STDs at the airport. Do they have hugging cops to enforce it? I'm sure if they feel like you've been lingering, the airport staff will go, okay, you guys need to wrap it up, right? Gordon says 30 seconds is plenty of time to hug and say goodbye. What if you hadn't seen the person in, 3 years and they're flying in to see you? It's your sister. You haven't seen her in 3 years. I don't know. 3 minutes? I love a good long hug. 3 minute hug sounds uncomfortable, says Donald. Do hugs at the car. Why does the arrival sign look like grab him by the burp, burp? Maybe a little bit. I think it's supposed to be a plane. Get a room. Yeah. Hugs are awkward after 3 seconds. It depends. They do say, and as quoted in the story, they say 60 seconds is long enough to allow for the release of oxytocin. But I've read scientific studies, likely right here on this show, that you need to hug someone for at least 3 minutes for the release of oxytocin. And it's true. I have experimented with this. I made my daughter hug me for 3 minutes after I read this story. I'm like, come here, hug me. And it's true that the hug at the beginning was nice, but after you hug someone for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes, you start like there's this, you feel it. You feel it. I don't know if they say it's oxytocin that gets released, the happy hormone that gets released, but there is a feeling after you hug someone, that human connection for longer than, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know. John says it really means they don't want you to park longer than 3 minutes when you're dropping off and picking up. That's it. Heather does not have the attention span for 3-minute love. No. They're going to time everyone? Really? Hug at the sidewalk. I think it's just going to be those people that are egregious about it, right? Unless you're actually holding up a line or something, why would anyone care? That's exactly right. What's wrong with the love at the airport? And it's fun for everyone to see all the love at the airport, right? You have to let it linger. It's true. Depends on who you're hugging. Do you want to? Do you want to make it linger? Kind of. In general, I don't enjoy a hug unless it's my wife. Cuddling my kids is worth all the money in the world. Give me the fine. Exactly. Hey, what if your kid has been away for a long time and they come back? Now, mine wouldn't let me hug them for more than 30 seconds. As a matter of fact, I tried to hug Julia yesterday and I got a quick hug, and when I went grabby grabby for more, she pulled away and tried to escape. So, yeah, it's the way it is. Okay. I I don't know what I think about this. I guess I understand why they're trying to get people to move it along, but I like to see the love at the airport. Here's one for Jim. Look at all those dogs on leashes. A lot of Siberian Huskies in the mix there. This is a new record that has been set for dog walking. This Canadian man walked 38 dogs at once and breaks the Guinness World Record for dog walking. Walked 38 dogs on a single walk for more than a half mile. His name is Mitchell Rudy, and he led this pack of 38 dogs on leashes for a 0.6-mile walk to break the Guinness World Record. It is the most dogs walked simultaneously by an individual. The last record was 36 dogs. Now we have 38 is the record. He said some of these dogs were provided by the Korean Canine Rescue Shelter. And all of the dogs you see here, some are from the puppy mill industry. Some of them are former meat harvesting areas. They're from those areas. The dogs have been rescued by KK9R, but also other agencies inside of Korea. There's a lot of stigma around rescues, he said. They're great animals. They deserve a good home, and they just need a little bit of love. So he set this record in an attempt to promote dog adoption. He said, we wanted to do something that made these dogs be the champions that they are. These are good dogs and they deserve homes. Look at all those dogs. So sweet. 38 altogether. They look so well behaved in this picture. Who knows? Maybe in the video there's chaos, but I don't know. I love the picture though. That's pretty cool. There were some holes that were spotted. And this picture. Check this out. Look, see those holes in the background? And scientists couldn't figure out what the heck is going on. Why are there all these holes in the rocks surrounding the water? Mysterious holes on Florida riverbanks. And the wildlife officials said they were appearing along the banks of the state's freshwater rivers. And now they know why. These mysterious holes are being called catfish condos. They have been identified as the work of this invasive fish. And the holes are now a common sight along the riverbanks. Biologists say these are catfish condos, the holes. This is a nesting site, these burrows, where the catfish protect their eggs and their young. The digging behavior, though, can cause problems for the ecosystem in the freshwater areas in Florida because it destabilizes the riverbanks, it contributes to erosion, and it also increases the turbidity in the water with all the runoff from the stone. So, research institutes that are looking into this say that this needs to serve as a reminder of the dangers of releasing non-native species into your local waterways. That invasive species like this one are often introduced to Florida's waterways when aquarium pets are released into the wild. And they say, listen, we know it looks harmless, but if you release your pets, it can have serious consequences for the environment and the wildlife that really do depend on these habitats. So you think, oh, it's catfish, no big deal. And then you get something like this. But now they know catfish condos. And there you have it. Okay, I have this story about this safe that was just dumped on the side of the roadway. And nobody knows what's inside of it yet. It was dumped on the side of a Texas road. So now you've got police in Texas trying to figure out what is going on. This is in Bexar County. This locked safe was found on a cul-de-sac of Stevens Parkway and Sam Houston Way in the San Antonio area. Hi, Tony from San Antonio. Witnesses described the person who dumped the safe as a man between the ages of 50 and 60. He was driving a newer model Chevy Silverado truck. He got out of the truck. He pulled a large combination safe from the truck bed of the truck, dumped it on the side of the roadway, and off he went. Now, the contents of this safe remain a mystery, but don't you wonder why he didn't want that safe anymore and what the heck is inside of it? Something creepy. See, my mind immediately goes to like what kind of body is crammed into this thing that was dumped on the side of the road. I don't know. We'll see if they manage to crack it open and see what's inside. I'm kind of looking to see if there was an update on what's in the side of the roadway. Oh, no, they still don't know. Yeah. Huh. Nope. No word. I'll keep my eye on this story because I'm interested now. It's piqued my interest. I need to know. I don't want to know. I need to know what the heck is inside of this mystery safe. I'm getting my details from mysanantonio.com. People say if it has money in it, it's mine. Nobody knows. You would think. So the safe was dumped the morning of October 17th. You would think that they would know by now what is in the safe, right? I mean, how long does it take to figure it out, to open the safe? So they say people are posting on the sheriff's department Facebook page, warning of ancient curses and a collection of gold bars. Yeah. Somebody said it's probably a cursed doll or an object. The first person who opens it is doomed. But people want to know what is in the safe. One man said, "That's my 100K and 100 gold bars in that safe." Right. Why does it take so long to figure out what's in there? I need more information. I'm going to need some more details. So far, we don't have any. All right, we'll keep our eye on that story. How about this one? This is kind of creepy. All right. There's a little kids center in the UK. And like a childcare kind of place. You would drop your kids off there for, them to be watched, and they may do a little art, hang out, what have you. And so the staff decorated for Halloween. But when they decorated for Halloween, they weren't really thinking of their clientele. Maybe happy pumpkins, that type of thing. No. No, that's not how they went. It's not how they roll. At this children's soft play center. It's called Rugrats and Half Pints, and it's in the UK. And they put up body bag Halloween decorations. Parents said they walked in and they were absolutely shocked. One mom said she did a double take when she spotted these like body bags hanging around. Some of them look like their bodies hanging upside down. They resemble human bodies covered in black plastic, some wrapped with tape marked caution and danger, hanging upside down from these poles adjoining one of the soft play structures. And she said some of these were in the back where the kids go, but you wouldn't really, unless you walked all the way back there, and usually you drop your kids off in the front, you wouldn't have seen that there's some creepy stuff going on, scaring the hell out of your kids, right? I mean, maybe we should have kept it, I don't know, PG Halloween? Look at that. So they have these bodies hanging upside down, these black plastic wrap bodies. I mean, it is Halloweeny. Yeah. Maybe you don't want your kids to see that. This woman said the body bags were at the back, which can't be seen from the cafe area, only by kids inside. She said, "When I saw them, I did a double take. Surely that can't be what I think it is. I just didn't want to have to explain to my little one what those were." She said, "I spoke to some other parents afterward who were as shocked as I was and deemed that inappropriate. It's a great soft play." They call it soft play there, I guess, these little centers for kids. But she said it did shock me a bit. The place called Rugrats and Half Pints did put out a statement saying they are committed to providing a safe, clean, stimulating environment with emphasis on fun. Uh-huh. They said this is the first time someone has brought this to our attention. So, of course, due to this, we will take these bodies down immediately. It wasn't to cause distress, they said, and we apologize that this is how they have felt. Is this appropriate for a little kid Halloween decor? Come on, you guys. Who's responsible for this? According to the center's website, the Inside Play Park offers parents a variety of different play areas and entertainment for your kids to get stuck in while you can enjoy the on site cafe. It was winner of the Traveler's Choice Award for 2022. It's the soft play center, they say, that you have been waiting for, not with upside down bodies hanging around. I mean, this is for little ones, like what, 2, 3, 5, little kids. This seems kind of, mm, it's not horrible. I mean, it's not blood and gore, but it's also too creepy for little kids. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a prima donna complainer about it all. Let's see what you guys think. Do you think it's too creepy? I don't know. See what you think. I'm going to this section. Um, hmm. I'm still back on the safe. You guys are funny. Let's see what you have to say. Black page rats inside. You're probably talking about the safe, right? Oh, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that too. Ick, says Karen, this is definitely inappropriate. Okay. Jose thinks it's traumatizing. All right, now I don't feel so bad. Because I thought, well, maybe I'm just being a little too, that's an ISIS clip, says Rev P. I don't know. Mindy Lee says, no, my kids like dunking for apples or eating caramel corn, not the upside down bodies. Josh says it's the Guantanamo Rugrats edition. Okay, you win. That's the comment of the day for sure. Be aware says probably a bit too much for kids. John says you can tell your kids those were the kids that misbehaved last year. Jose says, yeah, that's a prison in the Middle East. That's Abu Ghraib for your child care. Yeah, not for the little kids. Thank goodness, you guys, because I was thinking maybe I was being a little too high strung about it all. Hellraiser wasn't bad enough. Karen says, I don't think I'd want a kid to go there personally. No, not good for anyone. Josh says that's what Santa does with the bad elves. This is horrible, right? Too creepy for little ones. Softcore Snuff Center. Seriously. I mean, they look at the way they have the bodies dangling. So here was the first picture. So it's kind of creepy anyway. But then they have them hanging upside down. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a little too much. And Jennifer says it reminds me of that scene in The Lieutenant of Inishmore. To go back and watch that now. Hot dogs and pumpkin carving for my kids. Ready for a big happy pumpkin. Okay. Well, I thank you because now I don't feel so bad. Halloween has taken over the Middle East. Lord, Mistress Nikki's Play Center or something. Come on. Yeah, I thought that was a little much, that one. And you wonder what the thought process was. Like, who's the person that brought the box of stuff in and said, I'll take care of decorating for Halloween this year? No, I don't need the glitter pumpkins from last year. You can keep that in the closet. I just need some black plastic and a few twist ties to hang some stuff. Hmm. And what did people say? The staff members say when they walked in, Yeah, that looks good. Just a little much. At least there's no blood dripping. I guess small favors, right? Come on. All right. Enough of that, but thought that was quite amusing. Um, when we talk about the lotto of the day, let's go to this. First of all, I'll tell you, speaking of the lotto of the day, I had this story. This is not on my list to talk to you about, but I had this story about right now. There's there was an almost win. You know how I hate these almost wins, right? Somebody almost won. the lottery here in California, and it's up to like 400 some odd million dollars. I think it's the I'm gonna find it for you. This is the hold on. Okay, I have it. Well, thought I had it. This is what happens when I go rogue. Um, so someone hit 5 out of 6 numbers, basically. Yeah, 5 out of 6 numbers. And they won 200 some odd $1,000, so that's not bad. But it was a 300 something $1,000,000 prize. So that's kind of a bummer. Hate to see somebody miss it by just one measly number. Not that the 200,000 that they won is bad. I'm just saying, if that's you and you win and you miss the big grand prize by one number, God. All right. Here, I think I have this story. No, it happened. I know it happened in Lake Elsinore. So, yeah, I was trying to give you the exact numbers with that. Not that it matters. I mean, it wasn't our win. Here it is. Powerball winner in Lake Elsinore, one away from the big prize. One away. Okay, so the grand prize was 437 million in Saturday's drawing. 437 mil. This ticket was the only one in California to hit the 5 main numbers, but they didn't hit the Powerball. The ticket was sold at a Chevron gas station in Lake Elsinore. So this person walks away with $243,000. $243,000. That means the grand prize rises to 456 million for today's drawing with a cash payout of $219 million. So there you go. That's what's going on with the Powerball. All right. Sorry it took me so long to get the details on that. But let's go to this Lotto of the Day story. This one is about a broken machine, a broken lottery vending machine in Illinois. And I guess you could say this is a lucky machine in Illinois because it gave this man a $9.2 million ticket, all because he was having trouble with this lottery vending machine that was broken. And here he is. Here he is with this big old check. Look at him go. $9.2 million, all because of a broken machine. Again, it happened in Illinois. The player telling lottery officials that this all began with a grocery store trip to the Jewel store in Addison. He said it was a normal day like any other. I was picking up groceries at Jewel. On my way out the door, I decided to buy a lottery ticket. He said he ran into some trouble while using the lottery vending machine. He said, actually, I wanted to buy a ticket for a different game, and the machine got stuck on Lotto. I was a bit frustrated, and I said, what is going on? The machine won't give me the right game. So I decided I may as well buy the Lotto ticket it did give me. And that ticket ended up being worth $9.2 million. The morning after the drawing, he said, I scanned the ticket at a machine to check if it was a winner. When the machine showed the $9.2 million prize amount, I couldn't believe it, he said. I looked at my wife and she was completely speechless. We were laughing over how angry I was at that broken machine. And then we were so grateful as to how it all turned out. That's one of those moments where it's just, you know, I don't know if you want to say fate, meant to be, all these cliches. Everything happens for a reason. Pick your favorite. Oh, those things kind of trip me out a little bit. Okay, here's this one about team loyalty. And this ended up earning a woman a couple $100,000 as well. And again, it's all about, what motivates people to play, why people play what they play. I don't know. I'm just fascinated by all this. This woman from South Carolina said her loyalty to her favorite college team earned her a $200,000 lottery jackpot. So again, she's from South Carolina. She said she visited a Walmart in Simpsonville with the intention of buying two scratch off lottery tickets, a Carolina jackpot, which has a South Carolina University theme, and a Clemson jackpot, which has the logo of Clemson University. But she discovered she only had enough change to buy one ticket. So she went with her favorite team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. She said, "I'm a Carolina fan for life." That ticket turned out to be a $200,000 winner. And again, she said, "I couldn't believe it. It means even more to be a Carolina fan right now." She's going to use that money to pay off her house. So that's pretty awesome. I think I have time for another story. I know you guys are probably looking to go off and work and do other stuff, but I know we got a late start here. So let me give you some encouraging and good news when it comes to tobacco use among our youth. It is down. The CDC says tobacco use reached a 25-year low. Isn't this something? About 2.25 million high school and middle school students in the United States this year said they used tobacco products. That is a half a million fewer than a year ago. The current number of youth who use tobacco products is the lowest number in 25 years. It is down from 2.8 million in 2023. That's not to say they're not using something else, but at least they're not using tobacco, right? I mean, even if you're a smoker, you don't want kids to pick up and start this habit. So I always say, if you never start, you never have to stop. And it's so hard to stop. The challenge of a lifetime. And the CDC says that they have an office on smoking and health. The director of that office, Deidre Lawrence Kittner, said in a press release, reaching a 25-year low for youth tobacco product use is an extraordinary milestone for public health. But we must remain committed to public health efforts to ensure all youth can live healthy, tobacco-free lives. So I think it's important to note this, especially because what we know is that more kids are vaping. And when they vape, they not only can vape marijuana, but they can vape tobacco as well. And I've seen some kids get addicted to tobacco through the use of vaping products. So it's not that it's not out there anymore. It's just that other things are probably more prevalent. But still, I'm going to take a win where we can get a win. I don't want kids addicted to tobacco. No. The CDC determined the current number of youth smokers in its 2024 National Youth Tobacco Survey. They attribute the decline in tobacco use to students lowering their use of e-cigarettes as well. So that's good. Those e-cigarettes are the most commonly used tobacco product among youth. 5.9% of smokers say they use them versus 1.4% saying they use cigarettes and 1.2% cigars. Who smokes a cigar? I mean, unless you're a dude, celebrating a wedding or the birth of a child. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know. It just seems like so dirty and icky. One of the strategies they say that's really helped is price increases for tobacco products, and also a lot of mass media campaigns are really working to help eradicate smoking. So there you go. That's uplifting, right? I think that's pretty uplifting. Better than the Disney story I had for you about price increases. Should we end with that one? Let's end with that one. How about the lightning lane? This is Disney's new answer. Remember, they used to call it the Fast Pass, where you could pay a fee and you would then qualify to get into a special line. So you wouldn't have to stand in line for 2 hours. Your Fast Pass would zip you right through. Well, now it's called the lightning lane. And they say that this new all access skip the line plan can cost more than the park ticket does. I mean, they're really tacking on the prices. They say this few hundred extra dollars to buy the lightning lane pass allows you to go into a faster line at any time of the operating day, once per ride, without having to reserve it on the app. So the old Fast Pass, was only available for certain rides at certain times. There are a lot of restrictions on it. You had to really plan it out. You had to sign up ahead of time, right? This pass, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass, was formally announced last week by Disney, and it's being offered in very limited quantities. It's designed to be purchased and used by very few guests. You know which guests they're trying to? Yeah, the rich guests. This pass will be priced per person per day based on the date and demand, and that can range from $137 to $478 after taxes at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. It's available starting October 30th. At Disney Resort in California, this pass will be $400 per person per day. So imagine you're taking your kids to Disneyland for 2 or 3 days. Tack on an extra $400 per day if you don't want to stand in line. No, thank you. Guess who's standing in line? This family. The variable pricing begins in 2025 based on date and demand ranging from $300 to $400. I mean, that's a money grab. That's sad. A guest can buy only one Premier Pass a day, and the pass will be available only to guests staying at Disney World's deluxe hotels 7 days in advance of check-in. So they get your big money for the hotels, then they're going to get more money for their Lightning Lane pass. Come on. This story on CNN has this whole list of exactly how it works, exactly how to use the Lightning Lane pass. Things are getting more expensive. I guess we're waiting in line. We'll only have 5 rides a day compared to somebody with the Lightning Lane going on their 15 rides a day or something. And thus ends the After Party Live. I should have stopped at smoking, right? That was much more uplifting. Come on. Colleen says, sit down and do the math. Disney or Europe? Europe is probably cheaper. What do you think? It's cheaper to buy a $500 ticket to Europe and go to Disneyland there? I don't know. Yeah. Wes says, standing in the lines is part of the experience. They make the queues so entertaining, telling the story. I will say you're right about that, especially in the new Star Wars land. There's so many interesting things to see and to look at that it doesn't feel so, like you're just standing there winding through these metal gates forever. One of the things I liked at Legoland in Carlsbad here in California is they have these, the line will circle around and in the middle is a little area with a Lego pit for kids to go play in the Legos. So the adults can stand on the line and, kids get really impatient. So they can go play with Legos and then you just kind of call them when it's time to go further into the line. I thought that was really smart. So it'd be cool if Disneyland had something like that. Josh, Gordon says, Josh, it's never too late to quit. Oh, Josh, are you smoking? Been smoking since 16. I'm now 48. Here's something. Nikki Maduro, who I also do a show with here on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Her husband had a hell of a time quitting. He was vaping tobacco in an effort to try to stop. He stopped. He stopped smoking. It can be done, Josh. I think you'll quit when you're ready to quit, but if you do, you have huge support from me. I'm such a supporter of you stopping because the health benefits for you will be humongous. So stop as soon as you can, as soon as you're ready to. We'll all support you here on this show. We'll be your little beacon of support. You can do it. You totally can do it. You just have to be ready and you have to want it. Yeah. All right, enough from me and my little soapbox. This is it. This is the end of the show. It is Travel Tuesday tomorrow. Have a suggestion on where we should go, you can email me. It is kim@theafterparty.live, the best way to get a hold of me, and we'll figure out somewhere fun to go to kind of take our mind away from all the politics and stuff with a little virtual trip. David K. Johnston tomorrow on the Mark Thompson Show. Jefferson Graham will be here as well, and maybe we'll be able to run the Politics Girl interview. We'll see what we can fit in the show tomorrow, but I urge you to join me 11 a.m. here on YouTube for the Mark Thompson Show, and then I'll meet you here for Travel Tuesday. I hope you make it a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you right back here on the YouTube tomorrow. But for now, bye everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Look at you. Woohoo, Luis! Luis says Powerball is up to 437 mil. Buy yourself a couple of tickets. If you win, perhaps give me a Dodgers World Series ticket. Luis, you are on, my friend. You are on. That's awesome. Thanks to Luis for the $5 super chat. And thank you to Wes, who sent me a $5 PayPal chat as well. Huge thank you to everyone who supports this show.